How do you so consistently get those pinch harmonics?
Okay, sure. Okay, so a couple of things that contribute to that. One is I'm almost always on my bridge pickup when I'm creating that sound. I'm going to switch to a sound that's going to kind of allow that a little. So the other thing is voicing a high gain sound that allows those harmonics to jump out. It takes a long time to kind of tweak that, so that you need a brightness in that tone in order for those to really ring the way that you want it to. By the way, the sound that he's talking about is this. Is that kind of thing, which, in my head, it's Zakk Wylde, it's John Sykes, from Whitesnake. It's that, and those guys. I just, when I heard that, just sounded like it was so much power. It's like the note was so heavy that it could only go higher, and they would grab it and they would shake it with this really thick vibrato, like John Sykes plays in Crying in the Rain. It was just so greasy and nasty. It was like I always wanted to kind of recreate that sound. So that's what I'm doing technically now to create that sound, is that I'm making contact with the side of my thumb right around where the knuckle is. And because I hold the pick so much in my hand, there's very little of the point of the pick sticking out. So I'm able to kind of grab that easily. So this is this, and then now depending on where I grab it, usually within the space between the neck and the middle pickup, you've got a whole bunch of very high order harmonics that are going to jump out. Okay, so you got a whole bunch of varieties on those. And obviously, it also depends on what note I'm fretting here, because that changes the length. So your whole harmonic series moves on up as this moves. So finding those can be a little bit tricky at first, but I developed it because I insisted on it. And I just said, I am not stopping until I get that Zakk Wylde sound, because it was just so cool, And so I slaved at it, and I said, all right, well, when I play with this kind of guitar sound, and I got a kind of a bright-voiced bridge pickup, that seems to get a little more of it. Okay, what about with this distortion pedal? I get a little bit more of it. So it was like a series of subtle refinements that kind of allowed that to jump out. And I know it's all over my records. It's like one of those things that's like just kind of part of my DNA. I do it in Duca early. I can't not do it.